So be it, Jedi.
What's going on, guys? Back in another video. Over the last couple weeks, I've been reading the Star Wars Republic comics by Dark Horse. Specifically, the Clone Wars. That's where I started. That's kind of like my biggest interest right now is the Clone Wars and the prequel era. These comics were published in the early 2000s, 2003, 2004, right around up until Revenge of the Sith. This is something I've been really wanting to do for the longest time. For a while, I was trying to figure out the best way to accumulate these comics. As you can see here, this is a trade paperback. I think there are 10 or 12 of these. This is the Clone Wars Volume 1. I purchased this on eBay for, 10 or 12 bucks. But this is an old copy. So old that the pages have come unglued from the binding. So after I bought this and realized I wasn't going to go forward with that endeavor, I did some searches on the internet and I found a good way to view them for free. I'm not going to drop the link in the video or anything because I honestly probably isn't, legal for this site to have all the comics on there for free, but that's how I'm doing it. Although I'd really like to collect the hardback omnibuses, but they're just so expensive and I honestly can't afford that right now. So maybe in the future that's what I'll do. But that being said, I don't know what kept me from reading comics for so long. They are some of the best stories I've ever read from Star Wars. I know I'm big on the EU and novels, etc. But man, I've been really sleeping on these comics. So much so that I bought my first graded comic, first slab. This is Star Wars Republic issue 52. This is the second part to a story where Anakin and Obi-Wan go to this moon on Naboo, hearing of separatist stuff going on, and they come to find out it's not that at all. This is the first appearance of Dirge and Asajj Ventress together. It's a 9.0, which is not a 9.8, and that's what all comic collectors like. But to be honest, it was only like 40 bucks, and the 9.8 was like 3 or 4 times that much, and I'm not going to spend that much money on my first graded comic. So happy to have it. It was an awesome story. There are a couple more that I'd like to have, but I'm not going to go full bore into collecting graded comics. I did buy some wall mounts from Etsy just for a few dollars a piece. So when I do get more than one, they'll be getting hung up on the wall. I've sort of taken a step back from reading the novels. The last one I read was Luke Skywalker and the Shadows of Endor. And to be honest with you, I tried to record this video last week, but I just wasn't having that groove. I wasn't feeling it. That story was kind of mid, and my reading time has kind of been cut down a lot. So taking a step back, taking a break from the novels, and really enjoying reading the comic books. I feel like I'm already learning so much more about Star Wars characters everyone always talks about that I really didn't know anything about at all to begin with. Quinlan Vos, everybody talks about Quinlan Vos, and I'm learning about him as a character, learning how complex he is, his fight with the dark side, his undercover work, where you really don't know whose side he's on, right? So compelling. I can't wait to get to the conclusion of that. I see the hype. I see why he's such a big deal, because he's just a badass character, right? And to think that he came from essentially nothing. He was just an extra on Tatooine in the Phantom Menace, and George Lucas said, "This is this guy's name." Or to be honest, I don't know if this happened first and then they retroactively named the guy on Tatooine Quinlan Vos, or vice versa. Not sure about that, but I mean, him, Anakin and Obi-Wan, their relationship, it's just awesome. And not to sound like a grifter, not to sound like somebody that just started doing something and recommending it to you, but this is honestly just me praising something that kind of feels stupid for not looking into for so long now. Better late than never, I guess. Anyway, guys, let me know if there's any comics you've read. Did you read the comics back in the day? Are you reading the current comics? I really don't know a whole lot about them, but I'm sure by the end of this I will. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, see you in the next one.
I'm sorry, sir. It's time for you to leave.